Hi there, and welcome to another edition of the Torino Diaries. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for all the comments and questions. I've got quite a few here. I'm going to try and cover them on this show. Try and explain some of the stuff that people are asking me. The question is, do you play wider if the rival's formation is wide, like Arsenal in the video, or if you know how your rival plays down the flanks, like Chelsea? But do you use some visual cues while watching the match to adapt your width? So the question is, when do I choose to play wider? I don't really care. Honestly, in this system, I'm using my 4-3-1-2. Now, my 4-3-1-2 was built for narrow. And if I find that it's a bit difficult for me to break down a side to score, I probably will choose going attacking as a first choice. And then I will turn my wing backs into fullbacks on support so they don't get caught out of position. Even if I play it on FM16, I'll do exactly the same thing first. If I still can't score a goal, then maybe I'll consider going wider. Do I go wide because another team is playing wide? No, I don't. I just watch my flanks. If my players can cover the flanks, then fine. Other than that, I don't react to with. I might to take advantage of another team, but I rarely actually change my width as a consequence of how another team is playing. Okay, and your keeper, which attributes do you consider key in a goalkeeper? For me personally, I've always picked handling first, reflexes, and one on ones. These are the three that I will gravitate to almost immediately. One on ones, because of the way I play my football, I play rather attacking football, and sometimes my keeper is the one left having to tackle, or having to clear a ball, or having to make a save, and one on ones becomes important. So I need him to be a really good shot stopper. And Padeli this season has played pretty well as a shot stopper. This season, last season I was actually considering selling him off, but this season he's kind of come back into the fray and convinced me that maybe he has a future. Those are the prime attributes for my goalkeepers. Okay, on Torino Diaries episode 18, legend Lil Liu has asked to explain how team shape works. If you watch the Dark Arts of Attacking Football, I've already explained that on that video, the Dark Arts of Attacking Football. If you haven't seen the video, I suggest you go see it. In a nutshell, shape is about depth. If you start highly structured, there are more gaps between your players, and the distance between your forward and your defense line during transitions is actually further. You will notice this during transitions. On the higher settings of shape, more creative freedom is afforded to your players, which makes them available for transitions. So you will have more players playing during transitions. The dangers of the fluid system is that there's a likelihood that you might lose your shape because players, fullback could easily start playing like a central midfielder. The pros about having a fluid shape is that it's compact. Your players are always going to be there. However, all the shapes, the most important thing to remember about shape is getting your duties and your roles right, because whichever system you go and play, shape is just one of the elements that helps your system. The most important element of any system is going to be roles and duties. So you need to get those set up right. If you're attacking with only one striker, you have to have a few players on support and maybe one or two on attack, just to give him the extra players so he can pass the ball to. Why don't I use exploit the flanks? Okay, when I'm playing a narrow diamond, why don't I use exploit the flanks as a shout? I have never used I mean, I have once, maybe in about 170 or 180 games in the last 3 seasons, 4, 5, maybe even the last 2 versions of FM. I think I've used exploit the flanks once or twice. I don't really like the shout very much because players start playing really these ridiculously long balls and hopeful sometimes. And unless my players are in a position for them to exploit this, I don't. So I am not a big fan of exploit. It can work. I just haven't used it a lot. I probably don't even know how to use it very well. So I don't use something I don't know. Ovidio Popescu, he's got a question. He wants to know what kind of PIs I use. Okay, I do cover some PIs in some of the shows that I do. I'm not a big fan of telling people what all the PIs should be because my PIs are set up based on the player that I have. And it's not something that I would tell a person, go, this is the PI you use for a DLP. I don't. There are some PIs maybe for the front guys, the ones in front. I may get them to close out much more. But I don't advise people to go out and stick out a lot of PIs. I would tell them to look at the roles and the duties first, see whether they play well, and then you maybe tweak the PIs a bit, but don't over tweak it. I will show you guys what I do with my 4-2-3-1 soon. Oh, how do you get this tactic, the 4-3-1-2? Okay. You don't. I haven't uploaded the tactic yet. When I have time, I might upload those tactics. But okay, when it comes to uploading tactics, I'm 50-50. Sometimes I upload the tactics for people to download. Sometimes I go like, oh man. One, I don't like to put up tactics because unless I have tested a tactic for like 5 seasons and I go like, yes, this tactic works. That was the kind of player I was in the days of Championship Manager and probably the first few football managers. To nowadays, I do it once in a while. I'm hoping people learn a bit more and can go out there and make their own. I mean, it's a lot more fun if you know how to tweak your tactic. But I will try and put some up. Enrico Candeloro, yeah, he does look like a playmaker, doesn't he? Look at the picture. He does look like a. Look at his face. Look at his smile. Look at his sharp eyes and his beautiful eyebrows. This guy has the potential to be a world class playmaker. I'm full of shit. Well, okay, that covers most of the questions. I hope you guys have fun. I know I did. So let's get back to the game. Oh, my obsession with attacking systems. Well, that got it in the way of Torino Diaries episodes. As you can see, we have been spending a lot of time trying to win games. There we go. 3-1, 3-0, 3-1, 2-0, Champions League. Let's ignore Champions League. Okay? 2-0, 3-0, 3-2, 3-0, 2-0, 5-0, 1-0. I mean, I had even had a massive 5-4. We led 4-0. But I'm a bit of Keegan now. We'll let these guys come back. Wow, there's 9 goals. Alan scored 12th minute. Belotti scores in the 18th. Paragini scores in the 19th minute. No one has responded yet. And then Camel Glick scores in the 28th minute, 4 goals within the first half hour. And then Jose Callejon scores in the 39th minute. And then they score again in the 41st minute. And then we put one more in the 49th minute. And then it goes like this. I mean, I'm like, okay, this is fun. This was a crazy match. 11 shots on target. I was having too much fun playing attacking systems. So okay, that's cool. That's so cool. So there we have ourselves we're banging in the goals, and one of the matches I really enjoyed was all the Champions League matches. We were in Group D. Group D is the group of death. We got PSG and Man City, and it was when I saw the draw. We finished second last season. I was like, oh my goodness, I've got these two guys to contend with, and I became like, okay, this is gonna be tough. So we began our Champions League with a match against Man City. The moment I realized that we were gonna be up against these big boys, I decided I still played my 4-2-3-1. I was thinking in my head, am I insane? I want to be defensive. We managed to actually get 5 shots on target. I was like, okay, fine. We played an attacking system against them, and we still didn't manage to score. And I was okay. That's not too bad. Let's keep the show going. And then that came after a 1-1 draw to PSG away from home, where I went 4-4-1-1, attacking as well. Then we had another Champions League match against PSG, where we were at home to PSG, and we managed to beat them, still using the 4-2-3-1, and we beat them 1-0 at home. And that was actually a good game because out of the 5 shots we only had, we managed to get 3 on target, and we scored the winning goal. We followed that 1-0 win against them with this Man City. Man City had to beat Torino at home for them to go through. This was a match where you can just see we took the lead. We were under the cosh for long periods of the game. I was so concerned about players like Zabaleta, their fullbacks on the flanks, and I was so shocked at our counter-attack. So we were playing Man City at home. We went all the way to Man City. I was so concerned about them. I went with the 4-1-4-1 simply because I thought, okay, fine, I have this attacking system, and I'll try and play fluid and compact, and then hope to score on the counter. And here, we broke off an attack from them, and we launched a quick counter, and I was almost jumping off my chair when Baselli scored. I couldn't believe it. That was a swift counter attack, and that was our early goal. 27th minute. I was like, yes, We've scored against Man City. I was expecting to lose this game. And then we made it two shortly after. Once again, our 4-1-4-1 was meant to control possession, but look at Belotti's second goal. He, drifts in and manages to get it behind the defender and still get the ball into the back of the net. Then Man City decided to launch their comeback. Well, at this point in the 69th minute, I was okay, I'm still attacking. They took advantage of the flanks. I did expect them to play a lot better than us. Sterling's cut back to Fernandinho and then Toure. How do you say no to that kind of a goal? Yaya Toure smashes that in. At this point in time, I'm still compact. I'm still playing for it. I don't care. It is now stoppage time, 91st minute, and something happens in this game that I was so mad about. Zabaleta scores a complete freaking fluke. 91st minute. I was stunned. I was like, they escaped. Man City escaped with a 2-all draw. We played well, okay, but we didn't manage to beat them. I wasn't too unhappy with the result. Result for Man City consigned them to third spot, and they are out of the Champions League. All right, our next match is going to be against Vincenza in this area, and I'm just looking to see what the gap is going to be. 7 days, 28th, 31st, 3 days. 3 days. So I'm coming to a period of time where fixtures are going to come tight and fast. So this is going to be, I probably, I probably will need to use I probably will need to rotate my players quite a fair bit and look at my training schedule. On the 31st, I will have to give them breaks in between the matches so that they are fit for the semi-final of the Italian Cup. And we play Milan, and then after that we play Barcelona away. So it's quite a hectic schedule that we have. So I need to protect my players as much as I can. Furthermore, I'm playing Barcelona. So option A, I keep using my 4-2-3-1, or option B, I go to my 4-1-4-1. Let's see my 4-1-4-1. All right, I can use this, the 4-1-4-1. Or I can use my 4-4-1-1. Either one will work fine. But against Barcelona, I'll probably want to use the 4-1-4-1. This system is pretty straightforward, as you can see. The only one here is mark tighter and close down much more for Alejandro. Here, pretty straightforward. He plays fewer risky passes, closes down much more. And Danilo Avila, same, no changes. Moscatio, so just pass it shorter and stay wider. Okay, up front, Fimbo is tackling harder, more direct passes and close down much more. So essentially, they will play much narrower, play our defense, hit early crosses, and I will be going to fluid for this system. So we'll try this system as a warm-up for the next few games before the match against Milan and Barcelona. I'm going to have to try this out with them. So I'll bring in my first choice team. Alejandro, Benassi, Baselli. Yeah, okay, this will be fine. But Delhi is not going to put up the ball. All right, here we go. Let's see how the boys do with an attacking 4-1-4-1. The right winger. Yep. Here we are. We are playing against a 5-4-1. All right. Come on, lads. Show me what you can do, and off we go. Let's see how this holds up. Should be fine. I used my 4-1-4-1 once this season. Sanchez, or in case people are wondering, these panels come from the SI forums on the Skins sub forum. They are the in-game mods from Michael Murray. You'll have to download them and then put them into the relevant skin that you're using, the folder in which you have put those skins. So far it's a 50-50 game, which is a bit annoying. Okay, I will look for overlap with ball into box now, because I think my players are trying a bit too hard to run the ball. It's a more defensive system, but I want to see how it does against a weaker a weaker opposition. If it doesn't do much in the first half, I'm going back to my 4-2-3-1. I suspect it won't because it's meant to be played against tougher opposition who are coming at me, and this team isn't really coming at me. Look at that, 35th minutes, no goals on target. Okay, let's stop. This is boring. Boys, that's enough. Alan, come back here. Baselli, Alejandro Sanchez. Okay, you guys can play the way you want to play. We change systems and we go to a 4-2-3-1. Immediately we have a highlight. Silva hits it down to Baselli. Sanchez Mino is inside. He goes wide to Moscati. Moscati is going to drop in a cross and it goes to Monsieur Belotti and we score a goal. Okay, now that we scored a goal, what do? I can be a real annoying player and do things that I normally don't do. I'm gonna go to the 4-1-4-1 for the fun of it. Let's see how it does. Okay, we scored a goal, boys. Well done. Now go back to your boring football. Let's see if it works. No, not enough time. Okay, never mind. Oh, no wonder I'm more flexible. Go fluid, please. Thank you. Alright, so now we go to calm. I am not happy with your performance. See how their reactions seem to lose confidence. Come on, you weren't that bad, but I believe you can still improve. Seems motivated. Thank you very much. Alright, with fluid, start the second half. There we go, let's see what they do. They look like they're still playing the same 5-4-1. Belotti to Baselli. Baselli to Benassi. Benassi, oh yes, we have so many players in support right now. Come on, Benassi, out wide. Oh, to Alejandro. What is this fullback doing? Moscati crosses to, oh buddy, I was getting excited for nothing. Benassi inside the box to Moscati. Take one of them off, like Marlon. Baselli, Silva, yes, they score. Alright, we'll take Silva off. Marlon will come off for Camel Glick. Alan will come off for Luca Rigoni. Oh, Gaston Silva finally has scored his first goal for the club. Sanchez Mino corner. I don't think they defended this very well. To something else. Yeah, that'll be actually that's fine. I don't change my shouts. I was looking for overlap. Gaston Silva and Marco Di Alejandro have both got cards. And then I'll try something else. This is me once in a while when I'm totally bored. When I've like, oh man, I'm bored. What am I gonna do now? Then I start doing this kind of nonsense. It's very common. Okay, now we're gonna go. Why is it always on fluid? Okay, instructions. That's fine. Alright, we're going to a 4-4-1-1. Well, at least we took 3 points. But still, should be playing. I'm testing my systems out because I need to find one that will be suitable for Barcelona. And I haven't been playing this for a long time. You see, Pozzi has scored 2-1. Oh, poor defending. That's really bad defending. I suspect it's Glick again. Yes. Gets in front of Glick. Major no. And that's Padelli with a goal kick. The referee should blow the whistle. Yes, he has. And we have walked away with a 2-1 win over Vicenza. So here we are. I'm doing fairly well. But we're having this tough run, and I've got Barcelona coming up. So Barcelona is the away game, the first knockout round. And how I ended up with Barcelona is beyond me because they could have given me something easier, but they've given me Barcelona with Suarez, Messi, and Neymar, Iniesta, Rakitic, Mascherano. This is like the same team that they are playing with. Aurier is not in the current team. But let's see how fast Suarez is right now. His acceleration is 15, his pace is 15. Okay, so I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'm in trouble with Mr. Suarez. Now let's see if I'm in trouble with the old Mr. Messi. Mr. Messi should be he should be getting on with in age. It's still worth 63 million. Holy cow. Acceleration 18, pace 15, 20, 20, 20, 20. Alright, let's stop looking. I'm gonna get depressed. Neymar. Oh, okay, I'm choking now. So, all right, we got this team that's going to be coming at us, and we are in no position to play a 4-2-3-1 against this system. Or are we? Nah, we're in no position to play a 4-2-3-1. I'm not playing a 4-2-3-1 against that. That's like a 4-3-3 coming at a 4-2-3-1, three men in midfield. I could use this, but then I have to worry about my flanks. But I'll have two strikers to go up against them. That's not too bad. Still can work. The 4-1-4-1. Can I use the 4-1-4-1 against them? I'm going to use the 4-1-4-1 against them. Our first match against Barcelona is actually away from home, so I'm going to use this 4-1-4-1 for the next few matches to see how we do. Um, yeah, so it's going to be built for. It's going to be. I'm gonna keep the shouts. Play fairly narrow a bit more, and we're gonna use these players for the next match to see how we do. So we'll try this one. We'll try a few systems out because I need to play the right system against Barcelona's 4-3-3. That system can be isolated. We're off against Genoa. It's my goal is to try several systems out to see which one does better against a three-man attack. And I'm going to look out for Bertolo, Perotti, and Mina. They're all here, and I'm going to make sure that I want to see that if their ratings are good, means they're doing better against my backline. So I'm actually watching their performance and watching our performance as well. Carlinhos, Panagiautis. Back to Carlinhos. The boys are defending well in numbers. They lock that down very quickly. Belotti to Benassi. Transitions might be an issue for us. We'll have to depend on these guys to create those opportunities. But with a team like Barcelona, where their front three are way better than my whole 11, I have to be careful. Baselli out to Bruno Perez, does really well. Crosses the ball to Belotti, who finishes it off. Alright, let's look at my system and I'll try and explain it right now. Torino formation. We are using a false 9. Why am I using a false 9? Sometimes I use a poacher, sometimes I use a false 9. In this particular one, I want him, it's a fluid system. I want him to drop a bit deeper and bring others into play. I don't want him to be the point man and become like the target for lots of drop crosses and stuff and isolation. They start looking for him. At the moment, he is playing a bit forward, but that's because he can be in a position to attack the box since the wingers are able to come in. And this is actually a defensive system I'm playing against, so yeah, it'll be fine. I'm looking forward to seeing the attacking systems and to see how he does against them. This is a system I would use if I had wing wizards as well. Sanchez Mino with the corner. Oh, wow, it's a penalty. Yes, Belotti should be stepping up to claim his hat trick. You're going to be playing Barcelona in a 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks. Belotti. Yes, he gets his hat trick. He's now the deadliest striker in the Serie A. I'll go back to my system and explain it. So we have this wide midfielder on support. We have a winger on attack. The whole goal is to make sure that the winger is playing on attack, right? He's playing with an F9 up top. The F9 is supposed to drop down. The winger is supposed to attack down the flanks, and others are supposed to get involved with the play. And I've also got the fullback on the opposite flank who's going to be coming in as well. So yes, the whole goal is to try and get the box packed on counter attacks. But apparently we are also solid against a defensive team. So you can see here we got winger on attack, fullback on attack. It's what I call a flip-flop. Sanchez Mino crossing to Bruno Perez, skips one. Oh, and we get another fifth goal. Benassi makes it 5. So the A team is doing quite well with the system. Oh wow, Bruno Perez. Oh, look at that skip. Belotti could have made it 4 goal off. Yeah, could have made it 5 goals. Okay, so you notice I don't have a playmaker except right here with Alan. Yeah, that's about it. So this CM attack is supposed to come into this zone. He's supposed to support around here, this whole area. This guy is a wide midfielder, so I'm expecting him to cut inside occasionally. Can I show this? I probably cannot. No, these are his attributes. As you can see, he has no 20. Like, he's on support, right? He's a wide midfielder on support. And if you look at his shouts, there has nothing here. I have simplified him. This guy only has my usual for the lone man is tackle harder, more direct, and close down much more. And that's basically it for my shouts because nobody else is. I'm not going around asking people to make harder passes. He's few risky passes and close down much more. This is all in anticipation for tough matches. So here we are. Let's get back to the pitch for the second half. Okay, that's what I want to see as well. If he loses the ball, how far does he go down? Benassi may be injured. Yeah, oh no, make substitution. Take him off quick. I don't care who is going to come on, but he has to get off the pitch now. I can't lose Benassi for the match against Barcelona. Fimbo is on his last legs as a Torino player. I am being as patient as I possibly can be. See, I bring Fimbo on and they score a goal. That's what Fimbo does to us right now. I mean, I'm blaming Fimbo for this goal. Honestly, that's Fimbo's fault. Unless Fimbo scores a goal, I'm blaming Fimbo. It makes absolutely no sense, but yes, I'm blaming Fimbo. I got a fullback on attack here. The whole idea is that this guy, Sanchez Mino, is going to be on support because I want Baselli to be playing a link up with this guy. So the fullback on attack will actually charge on the flanks. And this guy will be hanging around here and making late runs into the box. This will give us enough time to get support players to surround the lone striker up front. Yep. Referee looks at his watch. He is going to put Genoa out of their misery by calling time on the game anytime soon. Come on, Padelli. Just kick the ball up and be done with it. 92 minutes. Yes, and Torino have beaten Genoa 5-1. Yes, and we are ecstatic. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. I'm all about attacking the season, so I'm trying my best to avoid playing defensive or counter or control or any other system that looks like it's going to have possession statistics in my favor. So it's all about scoring goals, and we just put 5 past Genoa. I have tried to answer as many questions as I can. May not be able to answer everything, and if I haven't answered your questions, I am sorry. I'll try and get them done the next time we have another show. If you have any questions, you know where you can find me. You can always drop me a Twitter at BusterNet, or you can find me on my blog at addicted2fm.com, or find me on SI Forums. I truly enjoy making the show for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. So we'll catch up again pretty soon. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.